Warning! The following show may contain strong language, as well as other content that may not be suitable for a younger audience. The show may also contain spoilers for any and all anime and manga, so please ensure you check the description below for the relevant spoiler warnings. Thanks for watching, Olga.
How do you do?
Hey-o.
Do you have a clue?
I don't have a flu, but I have a clue as to where the fuck we are, and that is Manga Raiders Happy Hour HQ. The headquarters, we're on the top shelf. The top shelf? Top floor? That's
We're nearing the top shelf.
The top is shelf.
We're almost at the 100th floor, but not quite.
Almost. We're in that elevator. We're at that crucial, stage. It's, I almost dropped out of the race. I did last week, but I'm back now.
Yeah.
My name is Simon, better known as Vacant. Joining us, of course, is the cast of last week, who held the fort magnificently, and few people say, not everyone, most of the Vacant followers, the Vacant...
Exactly one person has said.
Exactly one person has said, it was a better show, but, now I'm back here, so we're going to drag it back down to our lower quality and lower consistency.
Bring it down.
How's it going, guys? You okay?
Yeah, that tells you everything.
That communicated
Animal,
to me that words
he communicates all of his ideas through harmonica now.
Oh, wait.
Can you imagine an hour-long episode where someone talks to a harmonica for the whole time?
I mean, we've kind of had episodes where that's pretty much been the case, except with a guitar. Just in the background. There's Manimal's input. I don't know why I made it sound like a banjo, but never mind. Before we go any further, we're going to do something. I'm going to bring it back, something that I haven't done in a while. And that is, we're going to start drinking again, because it's a happy hour, and I've not drank on the happy hour for a while. I feel like...
Well, no, that's your damn fault. I've been drinking this whole time.
Coryn has proudly been bearing the flag. He's been the standard bearer of the show, because you don't have to drink, but it's certainly, in our DNA, for some of us, not all of us, obviously, there's an inspiration. That's so inspirational. It's like the beginning of Lion King, only better. So, I'm going to tell you today, I'm drinking Spill the Beans Coffee Porter. It is
You better tell me.
Multi-chocolate taste with an aroma of caramel and sweet malt. So we're going to try this. I've tried it before, and it is dark as shit and heavy as shit.
Where did you put the bodies? Time to spill the beans.
I'll spill the beans. I'll let you know. Well, in fact, I want you guys to spill the beans and tell me how your weeks were. Manimal, what have you been up to?
Ask me last. I have stuff to say for once.
Say what?
Whoa.
It's not the same as always. It's not same.
No, but actually, I will say really quick. This is episode 95. Top albums of 1995.
Yes.
Tupac, Me Against the World, featuring Dear Mama, which is good. Wasp, Still Not Black Enough, Fugazi, Red Medicine, Michael Jackson's History, and Sonic Youth, Washing Machine, which has the Diamond C, which is, oh my god. Yeah.
Oh man. Me Against the World is a fucking cracking one. Me Against the World, the song, the titular song is amazing. Dear Mama,
the whole album.
If I Die Tonight, Death Around the Corner. Fuck, I love that album so much.
It has like some of that G-funk going on in it, but it's good stuff.
It does. Temptations is a fucking banger party anthem for the rappers out there, or the rap fans. And you miss the infamous by Mobb Deep, which of course we need to say R.I.P. Prodigy, one half of Mobb Deep. He died last week. I think he was about 40 or something. So I think it was heart complications or something. Not too sure. R.I.P. Thoughts go out to him and his family. I've been listening to re-listening to that album this last few days, just to in memory, in tribute. So rest easy.
The tribute.
So while we're talking about music, I'm also going to give a shout out to Sparkle and Fade by Everclear. their second album, which contains the song Santa Monica, which is fantastic.
That's a good
There
song.
we go.
I've actually heard
Now-
that song.
Nair would be disappointed because I haven't said one ska album yet. Sorry, Nair. I don't listen to ska.
Yeah, nah. How about that? Take that, you
Take that.
married bastard. I take
What's
that back. He's a lovely
what's
gentleman.
that one band who did the Malcolm in the Middle opening? They Might Be Giants. Yeah, none of them.
Yes, I always put them in the category of bare naked ladies, and that I can't remember them.
Oh, yeah.
Oh no, bare
I
naked
guess so.
ladies did some good songs.
They had like the Fish Dish whatever song.
1 week. Do you know they mentioned Sailor Moon in that week in that song?
Oh, really?
They say
do.
They say something about Sailor Moon because it's got the anime babes that got me thinking the wrong thing or something. And I only figured this out when I heard it on the radio last week, and I was like,
Oh.
wait a second, because it's in that verse, the Chinese chicken dibba 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 dibba, and then he says,
Oh.
Yep. Well, that's because Bare Naked Ladies is just a band full of dorks. I mean,
That's
really,
cool.
think about
True.
it. They wrote the intro to
Big Bang Theory.
Big Bang Theory, which if you listen to the whole
Oh,
song
yeah.
is basically just a complete history of like the geology and animals of Earth. I guess there's a word for it, but I don't know what it is off the top of my head.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good song. I like that one.
My favorite Bare Naked Lady song is Wake Up, Put on a Little Bit of Makeup.
Fingy's a good one. If I had $1 million, that's a really good one. If I had $1 million. If you've ever heard that one, that's
It's
a
a
good.
good tune.
Shout
What
out
would
to
you
Bare
do
Naked Ladies.
if you had $1 million?
Well,
If I had $1 million, first things first, actually, I don't even know. $1 million would
First
go
things
away.
first.
It would go away so quickly. You'd have to be super careful of that, and you'd have to make sure nobody knows you have $1 million. That's the key part.
There's two roads. There's two paths you will take. You will either be smart. You'll buy a modest-sized house, a nice
Yeah.
car. You'll, put a lot in savings.
Pay it off
invest.
instant.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You'd either invest or something, and most of it will be gone.
Yeah.
Or you would just have a year where you live like a fucking king or queen and just go to town. But that'd probably be the most entertaining, but also you'd probably die before the end of the year, to be fair.
That is also true. Well, $1 million, like how long can that possibly take you? What are you gonna do? Go to a freaking restaurant, get plastered, get everybody everything? Like,
I mean,
love
I
how
like
that's-
it.
I mean, did anyone?
I love that you're
am I
going
the
to
only-
a restaurant to get plastered, by the way, and not a bar.
I mean,
I got $1 million.
it worked in Brewster's Millions,
I'm
kind
at
of.
Applebee's.
I got $1 million. Let's go to Pizza Hut, guys.
God damn it, they have half-priced apps. I'll never spend $1 million on half-priced apps.
If you go to Pizza Hut, you'll lose that $1 million really quickly with those prices. So.
True.
But by the time you're done, it's like, I earned $1 million worth of Pizza Huts. I'm so full. He's like that guy, the fat guy from the meaning of Monty Python's The Meaning of Life, where he eats a Thin Mint and explodes.
That would happen.
Yeah,
I'd
that'd be
probably
your
run
prices.
for Orangina, and I'd maybe buy like part of Tim's. I just own a Tim's.
That'd be
I
good.
mean, you could probably buy some stock in Tim's with $1 million.
I want to own a restaurant so I can get infinite ice caps.
Yeah, you could have the franchise, I guess. They do, I suppose.
Yeah,
Like,
just
sort
get
of how
like
Mackey's does that.
yeah. Well, I think every place does that kind of. Most places, maybe.
There's a lot
Yeah.
of franchises. I don't know how much it cost to start a franchise.
I don't
Probably
know.
less than $1 million, I'd guess.
Oh, I don't know, man.
Well,
Money,
maybe. I mean, I don't know. anything.
businesses and money, things add up. That's why you always got to get like investors and shit.
I mean,
Yeah.
maybe if it's like Walmart, it'd be more than $1 million, but I don't know.
I mean, are you paying to like have the new building built, or are you taking someone else's over? What's going on? I don't know how franchise works.
No, me.
Rip Zellers, Rip Target.
Rip JJB Sports, that's one. And BHS. Bless it. It's not doing so well.
I wish they still use BHSs. Like I have so many, but I have nothing to play them with. Oh.
Moving on. Coryn, how was your week, dude?
I took Uber to work a few days because I got a car issue. Burst a tire. That wasn't good. The car's fixed now. I got to go to a brewery on Saturday night and have an open tab. That was good.
Oh, brewery.
A brewery where they make brews like beer. All the beers were named after apparently powerful women in the owner's lives, as it was explained to me. Not a bad
Imposing
place.
German women.
But they apparently don't sell outside of that brewery itself. So, yeah.
Well, you get your fill if you have an open tab. You can get a taste for it. That's cool.
Yeah. But you have to go back if you want more.
You get another open tab. That sounds good to me.
Well, yes, my company was paying for the open tab. There's a difference.
Oh, okay. Having to get the company to carry on paying for the open tab would be an issue.
Yeah, you gotta wait another year till the next summer party.
Coryn's business card. Why is there an £8,500 payment to a brewery?
Oh, I'm not high enough to have my own card.
Oh, neither am I. Don't know why I say that as if like that's a thing. I don't. They used to when I first started there. Everyone told me that there was a company card that you could take if you were going out with a group of work colleagues, and it would be filed under social events. So if you just wanted to go get pissed, you would take the company card, and there was like about $4,000 on it. I don't know how true that was because no one has ever done it since I was there, but people insist that it was a thing.
I mean, I could always like expense report stuff if I wanted to, but like just going to get shit-faced on a Saturday night isn't going to fall under that business expensive category.
I mean, I'm saying this, but I realized about a month before I started, the old like director in our office was fired. So maybe maybe the company card for getting pissed on a weekend went with him.
I mean, it is kind of funny because at my last job, the one I got laid off of because the company was going under financially, like 2 weeks before we got laid off, one of the head management dudes handed me his company credit card and he's like, go buy everybody lunch and just let me walk off with it.
Fuck it. At that point, who cares? So,
yeah.
I don't know.
Maybe be a little less, devil may care with your company cards.
PSA, anyone with a company card. When we eventually have a company card, it'll be kept under lock and key. We'll keep it with Manimal.
I got the cards. You gotta give me the password.
It will be so safe. It'll be so safe. Only he can have access to it because he's the only one who knows where he lives.
Yeah, exactly. We couldn't find it. We'd just go charge it somewhere in Canada. Somewhere.
I have it at a park underground.
Take 10 paces north, 10 paces southeast.
I have the treasure map in a Walmart. What if like there's a treasure map, right? But someone like went into Walmart, took a random notebook, and drew like literally like a treasure map to like this big freaking like chest of gold. But it was like they're like you got to find a notebook in Walmart that has it.
I mean, somebody would probably find that notebook.
Yeah, exactly. So why doesn't someone do that? But it could be any Walmart in the world.
I mean, because
then you'd have to first own and then bury a big pot of gold.
Yeah. So like think about but the plot twist is there's no gold. It's just plastic.
So someone's just I guess you could do that as a prank. I mean, pranks are popular on YouTube, unfortunately. So
okay,
that's just a lot of effort to go through, though.
No, that would be fun to like go into Walmart and do that. Like take a random notebook and like on one of like the second page do that. So someone would go to the location and they just find like a plastic or whatever.
Just
like you'd have to be like rich and well known enough to put it out there and people would believe you. Because otherwise you're just, no, that guy's an idiot. He's just fucking with people.
Or you could just randomly do it. And,
you could.
You could. But then you got to go into Walmart and draw it. Well, making sure no one sees you and stuff.
I mean, that's not hard. Are your Walmarts well patrolled? Because ours aren't.
Not the notebook section.
And what a dick it was.
Sorry about that, guys. We had a little pause there. Seamless transition there.
But you'll never know.
You don't need to know what we were talking about. Yeah, Walmart. Crazy place. Anyway.
Crazy.
Anything else you want to add, Coryn, or shall we move to the Manimal?
I have some stuff to say about the anime I watched this week, but we'll save it for that segment.
Okay, no worries. Yeah, we'll save it for after the news. That's normally about where we go. We've got something coming up. Manimal, did you say you want to go last? Do you want me to go, or?
Yes. So, Vacant, how was the week?
It was okay.
Also, wait, I need to do this. I need the Orangina opening. Okay.
Oh, yeah. That sounded more satisfying than last time.
Okay, good.
It was pitiful last time, but yeah, been okay. As you guys eloquently covered last week, I was unfortunately ill, for the recording. So
you were barfing.
Here's what happened. I finished work on the Monday. So Father's Day was the 18th of June here in England. I forgot where I was. England is my city, as always. Shout out to Team 10. And had a lovely little barbecue outside. But the only problem is hay fever hit me like a fucking 18-wheeler. Jesus Christ, I was bad that day. Problem was I was going into work at 6 p.m. afterwards, and then I had like a live show to do. So I was like, I cannot be sneezing and coughing, and eyes are weeping, and you know, mucus just coming out of every orifice. So I was like, I need to do something. So do you know them 1-a-day hay fever tablets you have?
Sure.
Take them once a day. I took 4.
And
John. Turns out it was a bad idea.
No, yeah, that's why they tell you not to take them.
Yeah.
Because after a while, then my chest felt weird, and it turns out it was heart palpitations. But I thought I was over the hill.
Oh my God!
I was okay.
You are going to die.
It was okay, guys. 1 a day means 1 a day. Maybe 2. I have OD'd on had 2 OD'd. That sounds so dumb. I've had 2 before.
You did OD.
Never.
You took 4 once-a-day tablets.
Never take 4
once a day.
It makes you feel weird. Not a good weird, but a strange weird, an unfamiliar weird. Not that weird of, oh, well, let's just see where this goes. Hopefully I'll have an orgasm, but that weird that you don't want. But, yeah, so I thought it was okay. Felt okay on Monday. And then Tuesday and Wednesday were the 2 hottest days of the year so far, and the 2 hottest for the last 40 years or something. It was ridiculously warm. Like, this isn't going to mean anything to you guys, but it's like 35 degrees centigrade. Like 35.
Oh, yeah, centigrades. I know exactly what that means.
We kind of get it, because like in Phoenix, Arizona right now, shit's been insane. Like, street signs are melting.
Holy
Wait, what?
shit. Really?
I saw a picture of like a street sign, and the paint was melting off of it like a fucking Dolly painting.
I can't imagine that.
That is insane. But yeah, so I woke up on the Tuesday, threw up, then I had to just sort of lay in bed with the fan on and the windows open, like roasting in the heat and my own sweat. I know this is a great picture while barfing. So yeah, being ill on the 2 hottest days of the year isn't fun, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Yeah, never mind. But I didn't get a chance to do much because of that, other than catch up on Attack on Titan, which we'll be talking about later. Do a bit more writing. I did get inspired to do some more writing. Carried on doing that.
On your fan fiction?
It is the Persona 5, the Persona fan fiction. That's still going strong, still spiraling out of control. It's up to 8 pages now, and that's about a third of chapter 1 done.
I wrote some fan fiction this week, too.
Did you? What did you get? What did you write?
You saw it. It was about Canon, Dia, KFC, and Castro.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Yes. No, the treat that you posted onto Facebook, that was something. Yeah. So, yes. In terms of the week, didn't get to do too much other than a bit of writing, a bit of watching shit, while I was recovering. But I want to give a shout out. I know it's a bit off topic. We're going a bit, on a tangent. But I want to give a shout out to the oddest story that I heard this week.
I want to give a shout out to a story.
Give a shout out to a story. Okay, we've got a friend who I work with called Sam. He's a good lad, Sam. He's really cool, but I decided to come out with this one. He's been off for 21 days. And he works he basically works like 4 shifts in, 4 shifts off. So if he books 8 holidays, he has a ridiculous amount of time off. So I just thought he's been off. Turns out he's been in the hospital for a bit. Had no clue. And he's like, did I tell you I was in the hospital? No. He goes, yeah. I fell off the toilet and hit my head in the radiator.
Oh.
I had to go to hospital with a head injury. I was like, okay, right. How did you fall off? Like, I don't understand how you fall off a toilet.
Yeah.
This is where it gets strange. Because fair enough, falling off the toilet, that's whatever. He got up in the middle of the night, went to his toilet, and it's a downstairs toilet. It's at the back. Now, he lives with a housemate who often leaves the recycling near the toilet door, because that's where the back door is. And he thinks this leads to slugs coming in. And slugs come in and are attracted by, the beer bottles or whatever's left in the recycling. So sometimes they'll find some slugs there. Whatever.
Can I just say that slugs coming into your house is a very British problem?
That is also a very disgusting problem.
Yeah, they'll find their way in somehow. Like, I've had it where, like, in the front room, I have no clue where the fuck they're coming from, but I have seen a couple of slime trails in the winter.
Oh my god.
No clue where the fuck they come from. They must just find some kind of gap, somewhere.
You gotta put down a line of salt like you're protecting the place from demons.
Yeah.
Do you guys freaking eat those, or is that just the French people who eat the insects and those things?
I don't think anyone eats slugs. I know they eat snails.
I mean,
like
snails are different from slugs.
Yeah,
I know.
escargot. But
I think they're different. They might just be the same species that sometimes have shells. I don't know.
Snails are what slugs evolve into once they reach level 21, and you have a moonstone. So
yeah.
I always wondered.
Now you know.
Now I know. Thanks for telling me.
But yeah, so he goes to the toilet in the middle of the night. Doesn't really have the light on. He's half asleep anyway. He finishes up his dropping a deuce and gets up.
Dropping deuce.
Now, I can't remember word for word what he told us, which is a shame because he was very verbose with his explanation. But he finished up and obviously stood up to take some toilet paper and go about cleaning himself up.
Oh, he's a stander.
He's a stander. When he went to wipe, as he proceeded to wipe, instead of the warm embrace of the tissue, he felt a cold, slimy feeling. Turns out there was a slug on that piece of tissue, and he went somewhere that no slug is supposed to go.
Oh no!
This cold sensation of slimy, horribly, just nasty, slimy shit, just shocked him, meaning that he jumped forward, but of course, because his trousers, his pants around his ankles, he tripped and fell headfirst right into the radiator, necessitating a trip to the hospital.
Wait, did he just touch the toilet paper? He didn't put the slug on his butt.
The slug didn't go in his butthole, however, he did confirm that he applied enough pressure that poor slug unfortunately didn't survive.
Wait, you mean he actually went for it?
There is a slug...
do you, test things out when you're wiping your ass, or do you just go for it?
If I was going for the toilet paper and I felt something slimy, I'd look at it first.
No, he didn't feel it on his hand. No, he didn't get any pre-warning. He just felt it, folded it up somehow. I mean, I guess it's dark and you're asleep. I guess he didn't touch it. Only the first part of his body that made contact with that slug was his anus. And unfortunately, that slug got crushed against his cheeks when he jolted forward. So at some point before him having to go to the hospital, he had to clean the squashed body of a slug from out in between his anus.
Okay.
So,
to be fair, how many people have killed bugs with their anus? That is an incredible human feat and that's a trophy.
Yeah.
See, I'm just going to say it's better than having not squashed the slug.
That's a mercy
and then
killing.
Just coming to with a slime trail around your asshole and not knowing what happened.
Yes.
Well, the worst thing would have been if that's a mercy killing for that slug. Because imagine if that slug had to go back to his friends, like a scared, with PTSD, like a Vietnam War veteran. Whoa, what the hell's happened to Barry? Don't know why the slug's called Barry.
Hey.
Terry, we'll call him. Terry the slug. It's like, you weren't there, man. You just, something smelling different. Oh.
That's a story and a half, though.
It was how he just came out of it.
It'd be hard for someone else to experience that.
When he told us that he'd been to the hospital, that was not my first thought, I'll be honest.
Yeah.
But I thought I'd share that with you guys. Thought you'd enjoy that one. And of course sharing it with the internet. Sorry, his name's not even Sam. I changed his name for
Well, that's very polite of you. My only question is, why tell anyone that story in the first place? Why not just make it up that you just tripped? It's better to be clumsy than to shove a slug up your ass.
Yeah, but it's such a story. How could you not tell people that you literally put a slug in your
Sheer
butt?
Embarrassment.
And I would tell.
That's an early contender
to
for the episode title. It's better to be clumsy than to have a slug in the butt.
I would tell people because that's a story. That's a life tale that you will tell.
He's an open guy. I like that he can tell us these things, and he's comfortable enough to tell us these things. We all have embarrassing moments, and I share mine.
For history.
Have you got an embarrassing story you've never told anyone that you'd like to share right now?
Yeah, and I'm not going to share it.
Well, that defeats the object of the "would you like to share right now" part of the. But yeah, that's my week. Manimal, how about yourself, dude?
Okay, so I got a few things. I didn't mention it last week, but Lord's new album Melodrama is really good. It's even better than her first album. Mm-hmm. It's a really confident and cohesive record that kind of feels like a whole house party kind of thing. So there's a gradual progression, and the pacing's really great. And freaking Lord, like, she's just awesome, you know, with that voice and everything. And these are just great songs. Yeah. It's a really great album, actually. So it's good stuff. Definitely one of the top 5 records of the year so far, I'd say.
Well, we're halfway through the year, so that's quite a statement.
Oh, definitely. It's really great. And actually, Lights, who you guys won't know, only Canadians know Lights.
I don't know.
Because she never crossed over. Yeah, exactly. But she's making a new album and a comic series. And I'm like, oh my god, this is my dream right here to actually do something like this. Because they're tied together, and even with the music videos and everything too. And like, she's drawing the comic and everything. So
okay.
I'm like, yeah, so I'm like, oh my god, this is like my life goal right here.
Yeah.
To do both.
You need to get hooked up with her. You need to make some connects so you can emulate this.
But like, hey, Lights, I want to do that.
Hey, Light Yagami. They've got the Death Note, so it's obviously...
No. Yeah, but her name is Lights, not Light.
Lights.
Yeah, even though she's just one person, but you know how it goes.
Yeah,
and
sure,
she released the first single. It's okay. Her style is not quite lo-fi, but it's not like high production either. But it was all right. But I'm more intrigued with the actual concept of this, like how everything is going to connect together. Because I think next month the first issue comes out.
That's interesting. There's a narrative woven
really cool.
between the music and the comic.
Yeah, and of course you guys, I guess. That we'll talk about that next episode, actually.
Okay. We'll wait till you've checked it out.
I was at the comic store checking out, like, there's all these Golden Age comics, and it's not just like Marvel and DC stuff. It's all this random shit. Basically, a lot of it is like, there's either painted covers or like something from a TV show, and it's really fascinating to see this stuff. But I learned something even more extreme. You know, Smokey the Bear?
Yeah, very vaguely.
Like he's like, you'll see like signs that are like, there's this percentage of danger, like, or no, only you can prevent forest fires, and today's probability is low, medium, high, or whatever.
Yeah, I recognize the name, like, from American pop culture, but yeah, it's not really anything in America.
It won't really register, but this freaking comic is called Smokey the Bear. His life story is a freaking buff bear fighting off wolves with a stick, and I was like, this is his life? Oh my god, this is a guy who would fight the fires. Nowadays, he's like, only you can prevent the fires, but back in the day, he would be like, I will save you.
That's before he got jaded. He'd do it
you
himself.
need to put this picture in the video so everyone can see how amazing this like, oh, I saw this and I was like, oh my god, it was like $15 or something though, so I didn't buy it. What I did buy, in 2008 there was the series All Hail Megatron, which I kept up with weekly, and that was like the peak of everything for Transformers for me. Those 3 years, 2007 to 2009, were really exciting. A lot of stuff was happening, and All Hail Megatron was good because it was like, it was a comic that anyone could read, mostly, instead of like the story ones. But I kept up with it until issue 12. For some reason, I never got it, and I could never find it again. So it's been like a journey to find it, and I finally did. And guess what? It's been there the whole time, just been misfiled somewhere else. I was just casually flipping through, and I was like, wait, what the shit? It's here?
So 9 years you've waited.
No, 8 years. It came out in 2009 because it started in 2008. And I was like, I'll do a marathon. And, you know, it's a fun series because it does feel like the original. And the art is so amazing in this comic, actually. Except for the one issue where, like, the artist changed and it looks really weird. But I was like, okay, let's see how the conclusion is. And it was just, like, a pretty lame conclusion. And I was like, 8 years for this. Do you want to know something really silly? You want to know something really silly I haven't told? So obviously I said before Gurren Lagann was the first anime I watched, but it wasn't the first I completed. Because I watched up to the second last episode, and for some reason I never went back until 4 years later.
Okay. Well, we have that in common.
3 years. 3 years. I don't know why, because it's not like I wasn't interested. It's like all of a sudden I was like, yeah, that was cool. And then I watched Full Metal Panic and just didn't watch anime. And then I was like, I should watch the last episode of that series, shouldn't I?
Did you rewatch the series, or did you just pop in right at the end after having forgotten everything?
I rewatched the series and then finally saw the last episode. And I was like,
in common. Because I've watched, well, not quite to the extent of the penultimate episode, but I've watched up to episode 10 of Gurren Lagann and still not progressed to the end of it.
Well, that's different. This is the first show I watched, and it was instantly like the thing that made me realize, hey, I like this stuff, I guess.
Yeah.
You know. So, but it was weird because I didn't finish it for some reason. I don't even know why. I guess it's just the way things happen.
It becomes a mental block sometimes, doesn't it? When you want to do it, but you don't want to invest in doing it.
I was 12. I wasn't even thinking of stuff like that.
I had the same with Persona 5. I took like a week off Persona 5 after I'd done the last dungeon. Because there was just something where I was like, I don't want to pick it up again. Like, I did, but I didn't. Like, it was a weird
I distinctly remember, obviously, in Gurren Lagann, this is a big event, and that really bummed me out. I remember eating spaghetti after that episode and just looking at it like, oh, I'm so sad. Like, literally. I distinctly remember eating spaghetti after that episode.
What I love about your memories of anime is that they're intrinsically linked into what you were eating or drinking that day.
Oddly enough, I'm too good at remembering those kind of silly things.
Every Manimal watching a show story starts with, so I got an ice cap from Tim's, or I got the brand new, peppermint hot chocolate or something.
Or it's something
and
like...
spaghetti does feature in a lot of these stories.
He just exists.
Oddly enough.
Not anymore.
Or stuff like, the first time I watched Full Metal Panic, I had my portable DVD player and I went under the covers. That was the thing I used to do. No, I don't mean like that.
I watched a lot of movies like that the first time around.
Yeah, like, I thought the portable DVD players were the freaking best invention ever. I remember when I saw them in like the Sears catalog and I was like, this is an incredible invention. I need it.
Well, they were the coolest. I had like 3.
Yeah.
I kept wearing them out. Because, we take them on like road trips or whatever, but just normal use.
I never had a portable DVD player.
No?
I guess I wouldn't take it anywhere, so.
Nowadays there's laptops and everything, but when you're a kid, you don't have a freaking laptop. You know, you want to watch something in your bed, like there is no phone yet.
That's what it was. As we've discussed before, I like to adopt weird postures when I do things.
Yeah.
And the portable DVD player let me do that.
Yeah, and it was great. And then, then when I got my PSP, I kind of was like, okay, this is a little more convenient.
Do you know what? Yeah. I'll back you with that. The UMDs that came with the PSP were awesome. I remember watching...
I only got Independence Day, but I used to download like really short YouTube videos and I just watched them like repeatedly.
I had a paper round and saved up a couple of weeks and bought the Advent Children, Final Fantasy VII Advent Children UMD, and it's the greatest thing ever. I watched that shit several,
Do you want to know the one? Can you guess the one that I have? It's a Will Smith movie.
Independence Day.
Yes!
You literally just told us.
Wait, did I?
Yeah! You just told us about 30 seconds ago.
Oh my god, I'm an idiot. I didn't realize that. I just said that. Classic moment.
Can we get a cut back to Manimal telling us 30 seconds ago that he owns Independence Day?
I only got Independence Day.
Thank you.
I can't believe I just did that. Oh my god. Well, now I forgot what I was... Okay, this is one of the lamest things that I've ever said.
Okay.
When I used to have like clips of stuff on my PSP, right, that I got from YouTube, and I'd always be prepared, like, what if all of a sudden I needed to like show an entire video to like the class? What if we had like, hey guys, show us your favorite band? And I'd be like, then I'd like watch the video and like I pretend that no, I'm not continuing the story. I'm not continuing the story. So
I think we're delving into that unmentionable story he can't mention.
No,
Okay.
this doesn't relate to anything because no one was ever involved in this. I'm just saying it was
So
a thing
he
that I used to do.
pretended that he was showing his class. His
No.
favorite
I
band.
mean, in my head, I was like, okay, if I ever had to show, if they're like, okay, show us clips of your favorite bands or whatever like that, and oh my god,
That was
this
Manimal.
is
Barry
this is
Goldman
going-
with his PSP.
this is going too far into my 12, 13-year-old mind, which wasn't like bad or anything. It was just a dark thing, I guess, like that, you know.
Yeah, never mind. It's all good.
Freaking PSP where I listened to freaking Noxcast and did copycatted stuff. And okay. I also
PSP.
I had freaking Michael Jackson's Sonic 3. That was a great YouTube video. That was constantly watched on my PSP.
That's
Were we
good.
talking about
I'm
something
glad.
else now?
Let's talk about something else. Let's go.
Wait, I forgot the main topic of my week.
Okay.
Okay, so there's a newish restaurant here, and it's really weird because there's like a big picture, and it looks like Nair's old profile picture, where it's like just the eyes, you know, like the head and the eyes.
Oh yeah. Peeking
The
around
first
the
time I
door.
saw it, I'm like, is that Nair? Is this Nair in the building?
Well,
Because
like
it looks
Kilroy was here kind of thing?
yeah. It was like that, but there's like something else in front of him, and I was like, that's Nair, but it's not.
So
it's-
Nair's got married, retired from the happy hour, and decided that he was gonna...
He's a model.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was like a new restaurant. It's pretty decent and everything, but they have an arcade in there. And it's been many years since there's been an arcade here because they closed the main one down. And it's like full on, you know, like they have all like the kid gambling basically,
Yeah.
you know. You get your refillable cards and you swipe them and everything like that. There's no tickets now. It's all on your cards. But there's all the classic things. And I was just like, oh my God. It was kind of fun, you know. But I saw something I thought was really badass. There was like this one girl playing like some Walking Dead game. And in one hand, she's like shooting at the screen. And in the other, she's chugging a pitcher of beer. And I was like, oh my God.
Did you fall in love a little bit?
I was just like, that's cool.
I would like to put out a message to the mystery beer-chugging Canadian girl. Please marry me.
I mean, usually stuff like that you think like, okay, trash you or like don't do that. But I was just like, she's playing this game and drinking a pitcher of beer at the same time. That's actually
Yeah,
real
she's
awesome.
living the life. She
Like-
knows what she wants.
I know. I was just like, that's awesome.
Yeah. It's trashy if it was a man, but no, if it's... I feel like a woman can get away with it easier.
Yeah, actually, definitely in a case like that, I think. But no, it was fun.
That's
There's
cool.
things, yeah. And I was like, oh my God, the arcade's back. It's just like the old place, except not as big and it smells better.
Well, give it time.
Gotta
Like
give
any
it a little
anime
bit of
convention, give
I
it
mean,
a day.
it is attached to a restaurant.
That's
Suppose
yeah,
There's more standards to a restaurant.
to things like that for sure. But yes, that is now officially all that I have. That was probably the longest "How was your week?"
Yeah.
Manimal segment.
Wow.
Very likely.
I said more than the same as usual because for once my week was not the same as usual.
Well, you can come back next week with even more shit.
Don't say that. We'll see
No,
next
we
week.
Next week will be the same as always, but it won't. It won't this time.
Don't say that. Don't say that. Don't jinx it.
Okay. We'll roll into some news then. News and poos. I'm gonna hit
News and poos.
rapid fire. Asian live action film trailers dropped. Anyone interested?
I heard there's a live action film for Ajin coming out too. But I guess
Ajin's
it's
coming out.
Ajin. I guess they're different.
Basically, everyone hated the CGI, so maybe they'll enjoy the live action.
They'll
a bit
enjoy
more.
it more when there's live action infused with CGI.
Oh hell yeah, that's what I'm after. That live action
Yeah.
CG blend.
They should make Berserk, but all the humans are CGI and all the backgrounds are live action.
I think I just had a stroke thinking about it.
They should make Berserk, but it's Viola.
Woo! Yeah, sure. They should do that. That'd be terrible. Yeah, that's coming out. I mean, I've not watched the series. Lego did, I remember. I like the premise of it, but I know it's on both seasons, are on Netflix, so I will probably get round to it eventually. Maybe Halloween time. It seems like a more fall season-y thing. Maybe I'll go for the movie. Doesn't say when it's dropping, but yeah. Trailer's there. We'll include a link so anyone can look at that. Next, more importantly, parody manga explores what happens when elf gains weight from fast food.
That is not the one I thought. There's another one.
No, this is the most important part. That is
good.
Elf can't lose weight, or elf can't on a diet, as it translates. That's stupid. That doesn't make sense.
Perfect.
The series follows an elf who turns into a Smiley Boar health clinic. What? Who turns up at a Smiley Boar health clinic having gained too much
into
weight
a health clinic
from our world's fast food. It looks... I'm going to link you guys this. I don't get who and what this is for. Like, who this appeals to.
It's for an elf. It's for people who like fat elves.
I guess? Is that a genre? The fat elf?
Oh my god, it's actually a girl who's doing it. Oh.
And she's not even really fat. She's just normally proportioned.
She's just not very skinny like a... She got some
like
chubs.
if that was that's sort of, but like if she was a normal human being,
this is like almost.
We'd be like, okay, cool.
This is almost breaking new ground for manga, actually.
Yeah, it's overweight for manga.
It is extremely overweight for manga. Completely normal in real life.
I just
She's got like a slightly pudgy belly. That's it.
I feel like
everything else is like fine.
I feel like maybe just make characters like this and
like what's the story gonna be? Oh, I ate fast food. Okay.
Well, why not just make more characters look like humans? I mean,
well, she is an elf. She's not human. That's a weird thing.
Okay.
So like if you scroll down, there's like a really buff demon chick image.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She got big muscles.
She's thick.
I don't get what this is going to be all about.
I'm guessing fan service.
This intrigues me in a way.
A lot of the poses she's put in.
Vacant, we did that episode. You know there's a market for stuff like this.
I don't doubt there's a market for it. Well, no, I do doubt that there's a market for it. Actually, I don't. Having spent time
just
recently...
go on DeviantArt for 1 minute.
Look at this image. Right there. You know what this is going towards.
Just go on DeviantArt for 1 minute.
Just get in a handful.
Well, I've spent a lot of time this last week on the subreddit, the anime subreddit, and that's been an experience. Let me just say, that is amazing. I don't know. In fact, we'll save it for another episode because there was a thread that I went into and weighed in on, which was very eye-opening and enlightening for me for the online anime community. So maybe that'll be next week's topics. Obviously, we've got one this week, so I'll save that. Moving on. Final bit of news. Our good friends in Japan, them Japanese anime fans, have got to tweeting, got to voting, and they've picked the ladies of anime that they'd love to marry and the ones they'd rather die than marry. So there's a list of top 20 and I guess bottom 20. It's also split between male and female voters. But we've taken a look at this list. I think we've all got it up right now. And the list.
They picked random characters for this. I don't understand their methods, but you know.
Okay. Yeah, I wish there was a little bit more about how they were chosen, because it feels like there might have been a list.
Obviously, there is a list. That's a given, but
yeah.
Okay, like who picks Hayano for the best character in Love Live? I know that some people like her the best, but you freaking go for Maki or Umi, or if anything, or even no, people go with Nico for like the worst usually as a joke, but still, come on.
There's an Ero Manga Sensei person in there.
Oh my god! Are you kidding me? Wait, no.
Is that the little kid?
No. Yes. Why?
See, problem is so many of these are just like kids.
What the fuck?
Okay, well, who watched Ero Manga Sensei? Oh, I don't like this.
So the little kid from Ero Manga Sensei is number 12 on the want to marry list. Oh. Let's all just say that we'll preface this. We're not saying all Japanese anime fans are pedophiles, but some clearly are.
There is. It goes into one of the rants I'm going to make later on in this episode. They have a different idea about things.
Yeah.
They have a different idea about things.
Number 9, K-on's Yui Hirasawa. There is no Mio on the list.
Okay, you put Yui, like, I get it, but obviously Mio's the best choice. That's a given. Everyone knows that Mio's the most popular character in the series.
Chiyo?
You know.
Chiyo from Nozaki-kun? I can see that. I can see...
Yeah, the one character is better, I think. The brownish hair girl, I don't remember her name.
The other girl, yeah. Attack on Titan's Krista Lenz. So his story is...
God bless.
Yeah.
I'm happy...
I love Krista. She's great.
I'm happy that the girls put her as number 1, where the guys had a trash choice.
Oh, well, yeah, let's go into that then. Rem's number 2 from ReZero, obviously a very popular character, so that's no surprise. But number 1, Asuna from Sword Art Online.
Yeah.
Is she...
I mean, she is like a definitive character.
Asuna is like a very vanilla choice, I feel. Like, she's like saying your favorite band in the entire world is, I don't know, the Beatles. Like, sure,
it's the
they're
safe
fine.
choice.
They're good, but it's a safe choice.
Then, I mean...
You're not showing a lot of creativity there, right?
Yeah, but...
Not saying that anything against the Beatles, but come on.
It's like the default, like, well, actually, no, I don't even know what else you could put
I'd
that
argue,
to.
was it no? Is it a default? Because if you go off through the most, I guess
Sword Art Online is very popular.
Sword Art is pretty much the popular. Like, what is the best anime? Well, I don't think people would say Sword Art. I mean,
Some will. Lots of people will.
If the general consensus of best anime ever is probably Cowboy Bebop,
at least in the West.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what the Japanese outlook on, like, the generally accepted what's the best anime ever.
Yeah, but
people will say Cowboy Bebop. Cowboy Bebop's great, but there's others I might say are better potentially.
There's ones I like more, but I'm saying like that'd be the general choice.
Yeah.
That people would go for.
That's like the one if you want to sound like you've got taste is to go.
All art is subjective. So
if somebody said like the general consensus for best anime film would also be like Ghost in the Shell. Even though it's not the best one, definitely, but that'd be like the general thought.
Yeah.
I think if you had to poll everyone, I think we might end up with something from Ghibli.
It'd be Spirited Away.
I forgot about that.
It'd be like Spirited Away or Howl's Moving Castle. Or
no, it'd be the freaking neighbor one. See, I don't even think about. I don't even think about those films. It would be Spirited Away, definitely.
Spirited Away was the biggest one in the West, I guess.
Definitely in the West. Again, Japan has different outlooks that we aren't really privy to because we aren't Japanese or live there.
I don't even think of those movies.
Ghibli is their Disney, right? So like, you could ask, what's the best Disney movie? And everyone's going to give you a different answer.
Yeah.
If you don't say Toy Story, then they're,
Well, I would say
Toy Story was ruined for me, so...
Toy Story 2 is better than the first one.
How was Toy Story ruined?
Okay, so I have an aunt, right?
Okay.
Who's old and weird and creepy. She built a literal shrine to Woody in her closet. She's not a young aunt. She is my father's age. So at the time she was in her like mid-40s.
Oh my god.
That's what the menopause does.
I've never seen Toy Story 3 because I can't stomach that film anymore.
That is a personal trauma that I will not blame it. I will not blame it. In this case.
That's why if somebody asked me best Disney movie, I'm probably going to go with Milan.
Frickin' Milan, which I haven't seen, so I can't even say anything.
Milan's fantastic. She has the highest body count of any Disney princess.
Okay, that's probably why then.
I mean, that's not why. That's just a cool fact. Milan's a beautiful movie.
It's a good movie. I like it. It's a good movie. I've only seen it once, twice now. I haven't seen it nowhere near as many times as I've seen other Disney ones, like Aladdin and stuff. Aladdin's good. I love Aladdin.
That's good. They're all very good, to an extent.
Little Mermaid has the best music. That's got to be said. Under the Sea, it's a classic.
Excuse me, High School Musical. Like,
shut the fuck up.
Oh, we are not counting High School Musical.
Rather Die Than Marry. Rather Die Than Marry.
Zac Efron or Corbin Bleu.
Rather Die Than Marry Zac Efron. No offense, Zac Efron's probably a lovely guy. Yeah. But I'm not down, dude.
Yeah. But yeah, I want to note that the guys picked the Arrow Manga Sensei choice, but the girls didn't. So good job.
Good job.
The girls have a better taste than the
Yeah.
guys. I'm going to say
that's true.
By and large, they do.
I want to take umbrage with the fact that Orihime is ranked in this. Orihime Inoue from Bleach. Why? Really? Like, I would have thought she'd be really popular with the...
She is number 29, tied.
Oh, wait a second. The guys picked Rin from Love Live, but they used her nickname. That's silly.
Yeah. Nina from Code Geass. I can see that. She's
No. That's Hano's nickname. I'm sorry. I just shamed myself.
Sakura. Sakura from Naruto is on the worst people to marry. I get it. Nami. So basically, Gasai's on there as well. That's kind of obvious.
Yeah, Yuno is probably one of the worst characters I've ever seen in all anime.
Wow, Haruhi Suzumiya's on there.
Well, because she'll destroy you.
I can see that.
I
don't know why Hitagi Senjuhara from Monogatari is on there.
Because she'll staple you.
Yeah, but I'm down for it.
Well, I don't really want to be stapled.
I think that has sure, but I think that has a lot to do with the Japanese outlook where they don't like domineering women as much.
Yeah, that's true. If you look at the sort of
if you look at the Rather Die Than Marry, they're all women most of them are women with very strong personalities.
I do get the Yuno Gasai one because she could literally, will kill you.
Yeah,
sure.
Yeah, that's true, actually. That is a theme of this.
Because, if you look at number 12 on the Would Rather Die is Dorothy Catalonia from Gundam Wing, who, if you ever watch Gundam Wing, is kind of a bitch.
Yeah.
But, she's, she's following her dreams and she's got her beliefs about how the world should work, and she's kind of pushing that angle. But still, not a soft girl.
Yeah, I didn't even notice that when you look at the top 10s, they're all kind of those character types. The more obvious waifu characters.
Yeah. The top 10, like I say, you've got Megumi from Seikano. I'm trying to think. Is that the one I'm thinking of? The one with the white headband? Oh, no,
freaking Megamin who will explode you.
She will.
I do think it's funny how Yui from K-On! Is on the both I Would Rather Die list and on the regular Would Rather Marry list.
That's confusing for sure.
Yeah. She's a popular character. I guess she was present of mind. Yeah, I don't agree with the Sword Art Online Asuna choice. That's a boring choice. She's not even a very good character. She hasn't got a very good design for me. I don't know. She's just meh.
Well, again, there are default choices like that. If you're best album ever, Sgt. Pepper would be up there, even though Pet Sounds is better and even Revolver is a better album. But it's the obvious, it's the default kind of easy go-to choice.
Sure.
I'm trying to think if there's something like that for movies though, because you might say Citizen Kane or The Godfather. But
I was going to say Citizen
Godfather,
Kane.
Godfather 2. Nobody's favorite, unless you're a cinema person.
That's just it. That's
Citizen
not
Kane
a casual.
Isn't your favorite movie.
You wouldn't say Citizen Kane if you're a casual.
You're going to say I don't know,
Star Wars,
Kill Bill.
I mean,
Star Wars.
Bill.
Asuna.
Star Wars, yeah.
Sword Art Online is the Star Wars of the anime world.
No,
although
hold
to be
the
fair,
fuck
Star Wars is of course my favorite movie.
Star Wars has a lot of good things, but it is a lot of people's favorite movie, since it is easy. It's also extremely good. Don't get us wrong.
Sword Art is just extremely good.
Yeah, that's what
it's very polarizing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like the
Can I
prequels.
I'm a little surprised too, right, on this list, because on Rather Die Than Marry, 17 and 16 are Rei and Asuka from Neon Genesis Evangelion.
Oh, they're a little messed up.
Yes, but they are also the exact opposite personality types, and are both commonly said to be some of the best waifus.
Yeah, actually, they are kind of often choices. I think
that might be a Japanese versus West thing.
The one dub voice actress is one of the biggest fans of Asuka. Asuka
lately Soyuz.
Azukran. Yeah, Azukran.
Okay.
Yes.
From Hibike Utonium.
Okay. Utonium fluid.
Yeah.
who invented the Powerpuff Girls, as it turns out.
Ah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Who knew?
We'll
Who
go with that.
knew? Yeah, that was an interesting little list now. I thought that was a little bit fun.
Weird list, but
Shall we? Maybe we'll make our own list. Maybe that'll be something for Christmas. Look out in the Happy Hour annual coming out at the end of the year.
Well, we did
list.
Wife Wars, so you know what my number one choice is. But
Oh yeah, we did. I forgot about that. I feel like that was one that me and. No, it was kind of a really shit version where we just went,
yeah.
You know the show? Who'd you like?
Yeah, it was just like a really, really quick thing.
We could do a listicle, because that's what the Christmas episodes are, aren't they? They're listicles.
We gotta write that down in the books for 12 days. We're gonna have to start recording them tomorrow so we make it on time.
Hey, you fuck about, but legit we'll have to start recording them in about 2-3 months.
Yeah.
We're not doing what we did last year. And for those who weren't around last year, and you don't know what the fuck we're talking about, if you go back through our catalogue, every Christmas, we decide to do the 12 days before Christmas, an episode each and every single day. Normally we'll have a few in the can, and then we will do them the day of or the day before. Yes, it is painful. Yes, it is stressful. And yes, it turns out to be a fucking train wreck each and every time, but
it's fun, and it makes some enjoyable episodes to listen back to.
There are some awesome
Definitely.
ones in there. They don't get the love they deserve on YouTube, because I think it's that overabundance when you're just throwing shit on. And
Hey guys, this is a Christmas video. Do you want to watch it in June? Probably not.
Yeah, no one does. Yeah, there was some good ones. Cards Against Humanity's always there. Speaking of which, that'll be maybe wheeled out again coming episode 100. Maybe we'll be doing a little special. Little special on that. We'll see.
Who knows?
We'll see.
But yeah, I guess that's it for news and stuff, eh?
It is. We were just going to move on to anime or manga we've been watching. So,
well, this season is pretty much ending, and the only show I care to continue with is Sakura Quest, which I caught up with, and it's good. The end. That's all I have to say. You continue.
okay.
Okay. I think we should save Sword Art to the end. I have a rant I want to go on, if that's okay.
Sword Art.
No, it's not okay.
No, not Sword Art. Attack on Titan? Did I say Sword Art?
Yeah.
Yes, you
Okay.
Attack on
damn
Titan.
It's infecting my brain. Let's save it to the end, because I think that's going to get the most discussion.
Yes, Attack on Titan is our main topic of this one, so we'll run through everything else, and then we'll get into that, and then, yeah, we'll see where we go.
Okay, so, as I mentioned before a few times, this season I've been watching World End, What Will You Do at the End of the World? Are You Busy? Would You Save Us? And I have to keep saying that title every time, because it's fantastic.
What was it called again?
Shortened version.
World End, What Will You Do at the End of the World? Are You Busy? Would You Save Us? Based off the famous light novel, World End, What Do You Do at the End of the World? Are You Busy? Would You Save Us? So, it's the best anime this season, because it's fantastic and charming and all that kind of good stuff. But I have one major issue with it.
Okay.
So, I don't know how old the main character is, which is kind of an important plot point at this point, at least for me. Because the whole idea is he's shown as an older, kind of more mature person, right? I always kind of got the impression he's probably in his mid-20s, at least. But here's the thing. He got turned into stone and then, thrown into a volcano for 500 years. In the meantime, the apocalypse happens, the entire human race is wiped out, and then he wakes up on a fucking sky island covered in furries, basically.
Okay.
It's not the most flattering way to explain it, but that's basically what happens. So he is actually 500 plus years old. But again, we don't actually get an age for him. Now, when he is frozen, he has a younger character model. So he looks, basing it compared to some of the other characters who are stated to be 15, I'm guessing he's about 15.
Mm-hmm.
Then after he is unfrozen, we assume he has not aged into that period physically, then some amount of years pass, and then the story picks up. So, two things we don't know is how old he is originally, or if he's actually been alive and experiencing consciousness during this entire time, or if he was just, asleep. Now, the thing is, the main female lead is stated to be 15 years old. And they are as the series sexual relationship going on. Like, there's no physical aspects of it at this point. Thank God. Because, again, this girl is specifically 15, and she's like an otherworldly creature. She's a fairy or whatever. But still 15. And he is definitely not 15. Now, I don't know if this is going to be the anime, oh, he's actually 18. He just looks older and has all this responsibility because he's totally an adult, right? That's how it works, I guess.
Yeah. Wasn't he, like, a carer / father figure to these girls?
Yeah, he's like a father figure, which is why it's really weird that they're sort of heading in a romantic direction. And it's also, like, even if it... Because they established that he comes from it's a medieval society. So I can kind of see an age difference kind of thing going on. Because if growing up in 1500, yeah, you get married off at 15. That's what you do. So it kind of works from an internal logic, but I still don't feel comfortable with it. Because until this point, it's just been a very much, oh, I'm your dad kind of thing. But now it's like, oh, let's get married kind of thing. And that's not cool.
Yeah, I don't like when they establish these family relationships, even if they're not blood related, and then they suddenly go, oh, no, wait, there's more. It's kind of
it's not even like a straight family relationship. It's a paternal relationship.
Yeah, that's worse.
It's paternal, but it's not familial. So it's okay on that level. It's just a weird age gap, and I wish I knew how old he was to establish if this was just kind of weird or just really weird.
It's a degree of weird.
It's a degree of weird from my perspective, and I know you can get married in Japan at like 13, but come on.
Yeah, there's still kids. I don't know. Good old anime doing that to us.
Other than that, it's fantastic. They just had a great twist, which I won't give away.
I do really need to catch up on that. I've been a bit weird with my anime watching. Do you know when you get out of watching anime for a while, it's hard to jump back in?
Yeah.
Binged.
Go ahead.
Good. I was just going to say, and then I ended up binging, Attack on Titan last 5 episodes, and I was like, that was really fun. I want to watch more stuff. And the thing that I really, really want to get into now is I've just got a shonen itch that I need to scratch, and I think My Hero Academia is going to do that, because I've read the first 2 volumes, never went any further, but I'd like to get into the anime and just sort of... I need a shonen anime in my life, is what I'm trying to say.
I get it. Because Recreators is kind of filling that gap for me right now, even though it's going to end soon, because Recreators just had a hell of a twist, right?
Yeah.
So, I'm going to put a spoiler warning up here. Are you worried about that by any means?
I don't care. Spoiler warning!
Okay. So,
which episode? Just so we can tell you.
I think it's 8 or 9. I'm not exactly sure. I missed a bunch, so I just started watching them. I wasn't paying attention to numbers so much.
Okay, so 8 or 9, if you're not up to that point, guys, then spoiler.
About 3/4 of the way through. So, for some background, the first scene in Recreators is a girl committing suicide by jumping in front of a train.
Mm-hmm.
And then they don't reference it. They completely ignore it for these next 8 episodes. And then there are some hints that the main protagonist, male, self-insert character, has some relation to this girl.
Okay.
But it's never given any sort of detail until this point. And they kind of set it up of, oh, he knows about it, and this girl is the one who quote-unquote created the main antagonist of the show, the military uniform princess.
Mm-hmm.
Manimal, you are being very loud.
What?
You're scraping noises.
Oh, this freaking chair, I swear to God, I will fight it.
Don't fight the chair.
All I do is move around, and it freaking... that picks up when I do songs, too. It pisses me off so much. I'll fight this chair.
Fight the chair.
I digress about the chair.
I've fought it many times, but...
Don't fight the chair. So, the girl who committed suicide created the main antagonist, the military uniform princess. Which is actually what they call her. It's kind of funny.
Oh, right, okay. I just thought you couldn't remember the name.
No, she has a name that's been revealed, but throughout the first 6 episodes, she's been referred to exclusively as the military uniform princess.
Fair enough.
But it's revealed that she the girl who committed suicide created that character. And you get this idea that maybe the main protagonist, self-insert guy, knew her and therefore knew who the girl was, something. What I didn't expect is that he is the one who told her to kill herself and convinced her to kill herself.
Whoa!
It went real dark. And it was right after they... You know how Madoka Magica does that thing where they brutally murder magical girls?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Guess what Recreators also does?
Brutally
Just
murders
murders the shit out of the magical girl.
That also happened in, oh my god, forget Magical Girl Warfare. Was that the name of the show? I don't even remember now.
I know the one you were on about that come up in the last spring season.
That was what it was called. Okay, it's not obviously freaking Magical Warfare. That was something completely shit. Magical Girl Raising Project. Yes, that was the name. Okay.
Ah, yes.
A show that only existed for that reason. Literally, there's no other reason it was made.
It was just to show some magical girls getting killed. Okay. Well, that's a twist that you wouldn't expect in an anime.
No,
I'll be honest.
That was a very dark twist that doesn't usually get brought up. I talked a girl into murdering herself.
Yeah, especially the main protagonist.
Yeah, especially not this, because he's just this very extremely dorky, quiet guy. They're really playing with the tropes in this show.
Yeah.
Not necessarily subverting them so much as just bringing it up and being like, yeah, this is a fucking thing.
Wow. That is, again, like, it's one of them on the list that I really want to watch and I want to get into. But then every time I go to try, I just like, and then you just walk away and do something else.
I mean, it has a lot of really good stuff, and I wish someone like the fake shows in the show were real shows.
Yeah.
Because, like, there's this one girl who has, like, the shark teeth thing going on, but she's, like, a villain-type character. But her whole thing is she, like, has word magic.
Okay.
Or more specifically, lie magic. Because she'll, like, say, something, and if a different person, like, disagrees with her, that kicks in the magic, and she says it's like a lie about a lie. And that causes reality to basically turn inside out on itself and reverse the things that happening.
Oh, right.
So, like, she was, like, talking to a dude, and she's like, this is my book. And he's like, no, that's not your book. And she's like, oh, you denied what I said, so now you're a fucking blood spatter on the wall.
I mean, that's, yeah, A to B. That's interesting.
Yeah, it's interesting. There's just a lot of stuff that I wish they expounded more on the characters' stories. Like, I wish there was a whole, like, multiverse tie-in thing.
I was going to say, wait to see how popular it becomes, because you never know if any spin-offs could be on the horizon.
Because, yeah, I am genuinely interested in a few of the show ideas they put out. Like, there's this gruff detective guy who uses, like, gravity bullets and has, like, a wristwatch that lets him float around.
Yeah. Like I say, they could all just be test balloons to see if they could just have a whole universe of shows. As for me, like I say, I've mentioned all the shows pretty much. Manga, been reading that fairy tale, getting to the finish line. It's whatever. It's that the thing I don't like is the over-reliance. Do you know? It's not just in shonen, but it's quite common in shonen, is that there's a thing that is more important than anything else. Like, I guess it's literally rehashing the Saiyans from Dragon Ball Z. Dragon Slayers, be all end all, most powerful, most unique. They're the greatest. They're the coolest. They're always the answer.
Nobody else comes close to the ultimate beings.
Yeah, it's like, oh, they're the answer. In the end, only they can fight the main bad guy.
Remember when Urza seemed like the best?
Yeah, even though Urza's objectively stronger than Natsu, they've always shown it that way.
Remember how she was like S-class and everything, and that meant a thing?
It's like, you can't fight this dragon. Why? She's fucking stronger than those. Yeah, you can't, though. Because it's a dragon, you see. Oh, fucking shit.
I see. Because it's a dragon.
Because it's a dragon. You need the dragon slayers, but...
Well, only a dragon can defeat a dragon.
Yeah, it's...
Magic must defeat magic.
But the dragon slayers were taught their slaying magic by dragons. It's weird, and I don't like that over-reliance on, yes, only this select group. Forget all the other, forget Grey, forget Urza, forget Makarov, forget all of these characters, Lucy and everyone who have been important and obviously an integral part of the cast. They're not coming down into the final battle. Because they've been palmed off the rest of the characters, like the Dragon Slayers are in another universe, like in the Ravines of Time, fighting actual Agnolia. I can't even still say, can't say his name. The evil dragon in his human form, which is obviously the correct thing, and then in a physical world, because his spirit has manifested into his human form, his physical body of the dragon is just running around rampaging, so they've got to slow him down and try and stop him. That really just seems like they've palmed off the rest of the cast. Just go, oh yeah, you can do this. Why these guys actually, do the.
I've never considered that, but that's actually really silly stuff when you think about it. How, if they do have a main cast like that, they should be like, all right, we're going to fight the big old battle together. The whole point of the series is friendship. Why don't they just defeat the final thing with friendship?
I get that not everyone can join in on the battle, the final battle, but I didn't have a problem with it at Bleach because everyone else had their own battle, which even to a point of absurdity that every captain had their own adversary and was worn out by fighting their own adversary. So it's like, okay, fair enough. Like, that's why they can't join in the final battle. You were happy with that. They'd done their battle. They put their part in the war and fought their piece. It's this one where it just keeps going and going and going, and it's like, it doesn't matter how much strength you displayed and you're there and available. There's going to be some bullshit that's going to happen.
Like I said, though, if Fairy Tail's whole point is friendship and blah, 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 then it would make a lot more sense and be more satisfying if everybody was there to defeat the final thing.
Just spirit bomb it. Like at the end of Dragon Ball Z with Kid Buu, where everyone gave them energy.
That would literally be like the perfect thing.
Yeah,
they're all coming together for one thing.
The power of magic, the magic of bonds and friendship will help.
Yeah, just something corny like that would really work.
Yeah, it's cheesy, it's cornball, but at least it makes more sense. I don't know. That's one thing that just really annoys me, and I don't know why. Moving on.
It really hurdles my girdles.
It hurdles my girdles. It fries my ties.
It really shuckles my buckles.
It really graces my laces.
Ooh.
Let's start with this and move on.
Like the Kraken.
Please.
Main topic this week. As everyone knows, well, we would have done this last week, but obviously I was ill. Attack on Titan has finished.
I'm going to make a peanut butter and jam sandwich right now.
Okay. You enjoy your jam sandwich then, dude. Manimal has not finished Attack on Titan Season 2. He dropped out of that one, so me and Coryn, it's safe to say probably the biggest show this year, I would say.
So far, definitely, yes.
I don't see
it was a long time in coming.
Yeah, definitely the most profound impact. Well, I'll ask you first of all, Coryn, because I haven't heard your views. Overall, the 12 episodes, what did you think?
I really enjoyed Season 2, but I was thinking about it today, and I feel like somehow we covered even less of the story than we did in the Season 1.
Yes. I fully agree.
And I don't know how, because it felt like it was faster paced, but at the same time, nothing happened.
Yeah.
I mean, okay, a lot of stuff happened, but a very small portion of stuff happened, I guess.
There was 3 set pieces, I think. That's all you could really say.
They all got together after Annie went into a crystal. And then they were like, oh, Titan's in the walls. We'll find out more about this, except we won't. Spoiler alert. And then they go to the ball. Titan's broken, maybe. But then they hole up in castle, and then shit goes down. And then more Titans show up and fucking Beast Titan. It's just...
Yeah, I was thinking back to it and I was like, this does not feel like 12 episodes. It did not feel like 12 episodes.
The problem is, a lot of things happened over a relatively short time period.
Yeah.
It was 2 or 3 days in the story that we covered.
Yes. I think it's 2 days, yeah, because it's... Yeah, 2, 3.
It's a very compressed amount of time.
Yeah. I liked it. I liked the 12 episodes, the tight focused, because as you say, the pacing of it was basically, the only one that you could even constitute as filler would be episode 2, the one that focuses on Sasha. But even that, it wasn't a flashback or anything. It was her doing her
It was some
bit.
flashback, but it was just a random Sasha episode thrown in, which was great. I love Sasha. She's one of my favorite characters.
A lot more characterization of the more interesting characters. Characterization of the characters.
I mean, they get characterized, because if you think about it, season 1 was, here's a bunch of characters, let's kill them off.
Yeah.
And season 2 is like, here's the survivors, let's stop killing them off and tell you about them a bit.
Yeah. Sasha obviously got fleshed out before that. She was Potato Girl. You didn't really know much about her. Waimea or Ymir got
literally, they don't say Ymir. Why are you pronouncing the Y?
I don't know. It's Ymir.
It's not the letter Lel.
Ymir? I don't know. They say it in the English dub. I've watched it both in the English dub and the sub. So I'm confused.
In the sub, it's always Ymir.
Yeah, but I don't know. I'm not Japanese, so I don't speak I don't say the Japanese
it's a name. It's a real name.
Ymir. How do you say it? I don't fucking know.
Ymir. You don't put the E.
Ymir.
Whatever.
Ymir.
Amir
Khan.
Like,
Emir.
Well, not that long. Whatever.
Emir.
Moving past Amir.
She got really fleshed out. This was, I mean, you would say, I would wager the second half of this entire season she was the focal point.
Amir was very focused on Amir.
Krista.
Amir, Krista, Bertolt, and Reiner were basically the main characters of this season.
I love Reiner. We
didn't get much of the main trio. We really didn't. Even Aaron was only in the last 5 episodes. Which, Aaron's still screamy. He's a little better, but could stand to be a little bit more human.
Yeah, especially in the last couple episodes, there's sort of that. The shonen roots come in. He's the worst person, we want this power because he never gives up. He always gets up, and that kind of thing.
I mean, it was... I think you're conflating a little bit here, because there was some characters he always keeps going. Reiner was looking at him going, I wish he didn't get that power, because he's an asshole.
No, he says he's the worst person to have to fight for that power.
Yeah, because he's an asshole. A tenacious asshole.
Yeah, he's tenacious, because he doesn't give up, because he's so...
When you say... There's a difference between someone saying a tenacious asshole and somebody saying, oh, he never gives up. One's praise, the other's being condescending.
Yeah, but Reiner...
There's 2 characters saying the same thing, but they're coming at it from vastly different angles.
Yeah. Reiner, like I say, that's the villain going, oh, fuck.
But...
I don't like that.
I'm not going to use the word villain. I'm going to say antagonist.
Well, you know what I mean.
Because, obviously I don't know what happens after this, but at no point have any of the human Titans have been portrayed as particularly evil.
No, but it's... I call them the villains because they are just soldiers on the other side of the war. If they were the titular characters and they were the main characters, then obviously everyone else from inside the war would be the bad guys, because there's bad people on both sides.
Obviously, but so far they've mentioned that a lot of the Titan characters have been saying, there's no hope for anybody inside the walls. It's just a doomed thing. It sucks. It's terrible. Yeah. This is the worst thing that could happen. Both sides have the complete opposite point of view, and both feel they're completely right. And neither are necessarily. Well, I guess the humans want to exterminate the Titans.
Yeah.
And I guess the Titans want to exterminate the humans. Maybe it's not really clear.
Yeah, Titans are mindless. They will simply, normal Titans, will just consume human flesh. They're basically giant zombies.
I consume human flesh sometimes. Right now, I got this peanut butter jam sandwich. I just finished it. It's pretty good.
So
I hope it wasn't made of human flesh.
No, I don't consume human flesh, but I do consume human stress and reutilize it.
Human flesh 30 seconds ago.
I said stress because I reutilize it to make motivation, which would make me shut up.
Yeah. Yes,
enunciate.
please.
Anyway,
stress.
but any of the human, I don't know what to call them. I'm sure there's a term that comes up later, but I don't know it yet, so I'm just going to say human titans, or the thinking titans,
the
maybe?
Titan shifters.
Titan shifters. The Titan shifters on the Titan side all seem very conflicted about killing people.
They were kids when they went there. They were like 5 years ago or 3 years ago, whatever it is. Like they were quite young, so.
But even now, they still seem conflicted about the whole thing. Reiner and Belter, they're like, we just want to go home, but also at the same time, we kind of don't want to go home.
Yeah, that's why I really love Reiner, because he's so traumatized by it all that he literally has like a split personality where he forgets that, like, there's his warrior persona, which is when he's come from his village. They've come from their village, and that's the ones who have killed the humans and broken the wall, and he broke the gate of War Rose. And then you have as a soldier, as a member of the scouts and stuff, and obviously he sort of he forgets which one's which sometimes, which I found really interesting.
It's not so much a split personality, so much as he's just compartmentalized the two things so much that he gets in the mindset of one and doesn't really think about the other.
Yeah. Like, he contradicts himself constantly, but...
Like, you know how you have those things in your life that you just kind of forget about?
Yeah.
Like, obviously they're there. Like, I have an uncle I've never met because he got estranged from the family. That's a fact of my life. I don't think about it, but every once in a while it crops up.
Yeah. It's like, remember those people that you killed? And it's alright. But, story-wise, I liked it. Ended a bit sooner than I thought it was going to be, but then I know... This makes sense where it's ended. The ending credits were giving a bit more information, which is certainly going to be what's going to be in season 3. If you pay attention to the murals and stuff, it kind of shows a bit of... It is spoilers with hindsight.
The murals have kind of been obviously like foreshadowing, but I don't know exactly what it is.
Yeah.
Like, I get some idea, but I don't have enough to really give an idea or a actual theory.
Yeah.
It's obvious that the humans have some history with Titans that just somehow has been forgotten.
Yeah.
Because even with Amir, who was apparently a fucking head of a cult, was thrown to death off a wall just 60 years ago, and everyone's been in the walls for 100 years, if that's right. Or is it 1,000? Was it just 100? Just 100.
100.
So 60 years ago, people are throwing people off the walls, and as they hit the ground, they've been exploding into Titans.
Yeah.
Which explains nothing.
That's really dumb.
It will make sense.
I'm sure it will.
The thing with that is, I'm pretty certain that isn't in the manga until much later. If I remember them showing that flashback.
I had heard that some people said that things were getting kind of mixed in the order.
Yeah, like the little flashback with Marco getting killed from season 1, showing that Reiner was basically at fault. That isn't shown until way later. Like, it sort of gets delved into, and they didn't really say why they ended up causing his death, but that's a thing that happens, and that's like really, really later on, like another battle, which will probably be like season 5. They're doing 12 episodes each season.
I mean, I think it's probably pretty... I like it where they went with it, because I think an appropriate amount of questions were raised. I wish there was a few more answers. But, like, at the end of season 1, we had basically two big questions. What's in the fucking basement, and why there are Titans in the walls? We kind of know now why there are Titans in the walls. Given from what we've seen, you can kind of piece it together. You don't have the full story, but you kind of get it.
Yeah.
And then the new question is, why the fuck can Eren control Titans? Because he can do that. Which the coordination, was that what it's called?
The coordinate.
The coordinate. So Eren is or has the coordinate?
Yeah.
I'm not sure if that was a translation thing.
That's what it's called in the manga, yeah, the coordinate.
Okay, so is he the coordinate or does he have the coordinate? Like...
Both.
Okay. That's fine. And then the other big question is, what is up with the Beast Titan, who is a giant... Apparently he's a blonde dude with glasses.
who looks. Actually, no, I won't say anything.
I'm not going to say he looks familiar because I don't recognize him.
Yeah, he's a dude.
He's a dude. Like
he's a dude.
Aaron's dad had like the same looking glasses, but wasn't blonde or had a beard. So I don't know.
His dad wasn't blonde, no. But
yeah,
he did.
So
I think he had the same beard and glasses. Yeah.
Did he really have a beard? I thought he was more.
Oh, maybe he didn't then.
Because blonde dude's beard was very bushy.
Maybe I'm thinking of Full Metal Alchemist dad. I don't know.
Yeah, that's what I thought. He looked a lot like the dad from Full Metal Alchemist.
He's crossed the boundaries.
Really though, that's what he looked like.
Hohenheim, yeah. He,
I do like how we've established that the tie-in shifters can kind of like pop out of their tie-ins,
like
and
mechs.
just be there.
They can just pop out the back of the neck.
They're giant flesh mechs. It's what they are.
That's true. That's true.
Are they like headmasters?
They're in the neck, but kinda.
Oh, that's cool.
They're in the back.
I just found a picture of Cannon and Dia with a Canada flag in the background.
That's your new wallpaper then. I'm assuming.
Look at this shit.
Yeah, that's definitely your new wallpaper, especially with Canada coming up.
Canada.
But yeah.
That's a good pun. That's a freaking.
There's a lot of questions where there's like what is the coordinate? Why does Eren have it? What the fuck is it? What does it do? What's Historia's story and the church? What are they hiding? How is everyone? If it's only been 100 years, what the fuck's going on? Why have everyone how has everyone forgotten everything basically? And life
it's a mess.
The walls. So there's a lot that will be answered.
And my main question is, because I can kind of get that Eren has the coordinate because his dad did something weird to him with a syringe. I don't know. But chemicals are involved. But, I'm kind of curious what's going to happen with the scouts now that Eren lost his arm. Although, can I say that Eren is the most badass dude I've ever seen in an anime in the recent years?
I was going to say.
This is the scene.
Oren, you watch Sakamoto.
Yeah, no, shush. The scouts are all riding towards this massive, fucking swarm of titans that they've rounded up to go and kind of make them attack the armored titan. And Owen's riding forward, and his titan just shows up out of nowhere, grabs him with its teeth and his right arm. He's yanked off his horse, so he's flying backwards over the heads of his shoulders. With his spare arm, whips out his swords, points forward, and Falcon yells, "Charge!" And he's just like, "Fuck me, go kill him."
Yeah.
He's just being torn backwards and just screaming. He's like, "Go do it, be good."
But he doesn't
For
die.
the glory of humanity. He doesn't die because he's that good.
He loses his arm, and I do love how he was the one who freed Eren. That scene was pretty badass, where he comes out, slashes Eren off Bertolt's chest, off his back, slashes the straps, and then lands back on his horse.
He's I was worried
badass.
there for a second. I'm like, oh no, is Eren gonna die? But no, he comes back and is just a badass. He's that cool.
And he's got one arm and he's still fighting.
If you look at it, it looks like he cut his own arm off. Because it's a pretty clean cut.
I think in the manga I'm pretty certain in the manga it just gets bit off. But yeah, he probably did some, because he had
it's not shown in the anime, he just shows up, but it's a pretty clean cut. It's a little ragged, but I can see either way.
Even though the anime was pretty fucking brutal, this season seemed worse
This
than the
season
last.
had a lot more blood.
Yeah.
I think.
It was
But it was also a lot of Titan violence, so it was a bit different.
Yeah.
But,
you can get away with that.
It was real awkward to see some characters without any limbs while they're growing back.
That was a bit weird. The little sausage limbs, little sausage arms and stuff. I was like,
Especially when at
Much
the last...
like your fingers.
Yeah.
Okay, because in the last episode, Eren has had both his arms chopped off, and now they're growing, so he just has these little sausage nub fingers for half the episode, and that's real awkward to look at.
Really,
finally, a character that Vacant can identify with.
It took away from it. Listen, we've seen your little fingers, your little weird strange fingers.
You've seen how superior they are to yours.
There's barely any there. They're like a 60-year-old carpenter's build.
Okay, I forgot. At this restaurant, there was the mascot, and it scared me because like it was standing there like a statue, but then it moved. I didn't know what to do, so I just kind of put my finger up and I just shook my finger at it, like, "Oh, you, not this time."
Is this new restaurant a Chuck E. Cheese?
No.
Is this the secret you've been hiding from us?
No, it's like a bird. It's like a bird. But I was just like shaking my finger at it. I was just laughing. I didn't even know what to say. I was like, "Oh, you."
So you just wagged your finger at it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's painful.
Like a freaking idiot. It scared me so much I didn't know what to do, so I was like, "Oh, not today."
I like how that's your default response. I'd love like Manimal. Just walking down the street or something, someone jumps out with a gun. "Give me all your money!"
No. Not today, just waving the finger.
Not today, motherfucker. Not today.
Oh. Then the finger is on the ground, along with me.
No. But you would still just be wagging it. Like a police officer comes by. "What the hell happened, sir?"
So, is it like a Chuck E. Cheese then?
Oh no, it's nothing like that at all. No,
But it has a dude in a mascot suit.
Yeah, but it's bird. It's nothing you guys would know, but it's not like Chuck E. Cheese. It's not Chuck E. Cheese. It's not a kid's place. Well, it's a family place, but there's a bar, so it's weird and confusing, and there's also drinks in the arcade, so it's weird.
Fair enough.
I'm just curious what it's called now. I have to know. What Canadian restaurant has a bird mascot in an arcade?
Igloo Volume 5 Nunavut.
What?
You don't even know what Nunavut is.
No.
It's a province.
Nunavut?
Yeah.
And it's called what? Igloo Volume 5?
Igloo Volume 5 Nunavut is the name of the restaurant.
I feel like that's a lie.
Are you sure? By the way, it's pretty amazing because Nunavut was like a province that was made in my lifetime. I think it's pretty cool.
Okay. Going back to Attack on Titan.
I'm so confused.
Can you?
Yeah.
It's
Despite
not coming up
Manimal's
on
best
Google,
efforts,
so I don't know if this is real.
let's not give in to him because he loves derailing. But let's carry on. Let's plow on. He's a derailer. Manimal,
Yes,
what was your favourite part about Season 2 of Attack on Titan?
From what I watched, what did I like? There is no particular action. I almost said sheen. Action. There's no action sheen, as in Ultraman didn't appear, but there is also no like real action scene that was that interesting to me from what I saw. Like the tower part was pretty cool, where they had to like protect the tower, and then the one girl was like, "Oh, I got this," and I was like, "Oh yeah, okay, whatever." But that was all right.
Yeah.
That's it. Nothing else really stood out to me in terms of what I saw.
Yeah.
I only watched up to episode 7, and then I was like, I don't feel like it.
Fair enough. The set pieces in this one were weird. It kind of went from a few.
If you
battles.
I'm comparing it to Cabaneri, obviously, where episode 1 and everything was so extreme, but obviously it's different.
Yeah, it's season 2, so they started off with a bang, and then you got
that's
to
true.
the big reveal. That was a battle because you had the Titans breached War Rose and that little skirmish with Mike and stuff in the first episode. Then you had
that was cool too. That was a good scene.
I like that. Then you had the castle, which was a good little thing.
That was a cool bit.
That was the first time you saw people who were fighting without Titan gear, and because you've sort of always thought, what would they do if they were unarmed? Would they have a chance?
But of course, they couldn't just stop the Titans. One of them just had to be a Titan.
Yeah.
I mean, 3 of them had to be Titans.
3 of them.
Oh. Wait.
Which was a nice misdirection.
Yeah.
Or at least it would be if Nair didn't ruin it for me. But
Well, okay, but in that scene, there wasn't 3 Titans.
No, when they reveal, well, in the castle there is, but they don't obviously reveal that they're Titans.
Yeah, that's what
it was because it was just like,
Yeah,
oh shit, we're gonna die. And he's like, no, Amir's like, I'm a Titan, and then you're like, oh, Amir's a Titan. I guess that was the secret, not the secret.
Yeah, because I've watched the English dub as well. Because obviously reading the subs, you got a little. It's a bit different, isn't it? Because you're sort of paying attention to the subs and that. But with the dub, it was really weird during the reveal scene of Bertolt and Reiner being the Colossal Titan and the Armor Titan, their voices are way in the background. Like, the foreground is Hanji talking, like, oh, come on, guys, let's all go back. And then really quiet in the background, it's just, yeah, I'm the Armor Titan, he's a Colossal Titan. You need to come back with us. Like, it's...
yeah, that was the same in the sub. Because they put their stuff, like, on the top of the screen, which is shorthand for it's not really important.
But that's the thing, like, because that was... like hearing it in voices, like the audio, I was like, wow, it was an interesting way of doing it, and I liked how they did it.
I stopped watching it like the most important episode.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a very realistic way of things, isn't it? Because obviously what's going on in the foreground of the scene isn't necessarily the most important thing in real life. And I say scene in real life, like that's a way we cut up the world is into scenes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know what you mean.
I see the movie scenes all the time.
Yeah.
In my eyes. Outside of my eyes.
I know what you were getting at, no, because it's not like haha, it was us all along, and then like they
in the proximity of my eyes.
They literally just snapped. You couldn't take it anymore.
That's how people do big reveals, right? They just kind of come out with it one day.
Yeah, like they just had enough, and they were just like, right, fuck it, let's go, we'll do it. Like, and he's like, are we doing it? And they did it. Although Reiner fucking doing an attitude adjustment, channeling his inner John Cena. And throwing the Titan out of the window. That was pretty cool. Carrying it to the window and throwing it out was awesome.
Oh yeah, that was cool.
Yeah, God, I like Reiner. Reiner's like one of my favourite characters there. Krista got some shit in. Krista's and his story, like her. The next season will focus on her, I'll say.
Okay. I kind of anticipated it would, because she was kind of a big deal this season, but they didn't really go into all what's going on with her.
Yeah, they revealed a lot less than I thought they would in season 2, but obviously that needs to be saved, so that's gonna be the focus. Do you want me to give any overview for season 3 or just nothing?
I really don't.
Okay, nothing at all then. I'll just say that's where it's left. There's some good stuff coming up. There's a lot of answers. If they do 12 episodes next year, where it's going to end.
2 years when it actually comes out.
It'll be next year. I've got faith in them because I think they're going to stick to 12 episodes a year. I think they can manage that. Which studio?
I mean, they definitely could. I also wouldn't be surprised if they're all just really already made and they've just been sitting on them. Because you had 4 years.
Yeah. And it's not like you
12
didn't have
episodes?
any incentive.
What else were they doing in that time? I'm curious. Did that studio do anything else in the meantime?
They tried to do like something about like a subway station which had vampires, but it didn't screen well with audiences, so they got rid of it.
I guess they did Cabaneri.
They did Cabaneri.
Right?
Let me have a look.
That was like 2 years ago already.
So in between,
that was 1 year ago.
Yeah, in between Attack on Titan, they did Hozuki's Cool-Headedness, which was 13 episodes.
Vital series.
In 2015, they did Rolling Girls, Seraph of the End, and then Cabaneri last year, and the Ancient Magus' Bride this year.
Magus?
They did Magnus Bridge, Barry Goldman's 6th album.
Yeah, so they had a few things. Hopefully, like I say, they'll get them gear. It is a money fucking making machine, so it is in your best interest to do it. I think
they get all those Crunchyroll cents.
Yeah, I mean you're gonna make tons of money.
By the way, I want to note that I saw something on Crunchyroll. There's a freaking Daiya disposable camera, and I was like, they still make disposable cameras, and never mind Love Live ones.
Maybe they're just really old disposable cameras, and they're just like, fuck, stick some anime.
How are we gonna sell this? We'll put Daiya on it, and then people are like, hey, look at her mole, and they buy it.
Hey, look at her mole.
That's the only reason they buy it is, by the way, at Tim's, there was one of the girl behind the counter's name was Daiya, but I guess it's a Spanish name, but I had a moment only inside my head, obviously, but sometimes the weeb brain goes off when you least expect it.
Uh-huh.
And Well, I didn't do anything, obviously. I was just like, oh my god. It's Daya, but it's not.
Okay, so you saw someone who was called Daya, and you go, oh, that's the same name as the anime character.
Well, obviously, no, I didn't. That was just like first thing. I was like, oh my god.
Like, you start telling it as if there's going to be a story, and then there's just nothing.
This is what my stories are. They are literally nothing. They go nowhere. It's all set up to nothing.
It's not even a story. It's the setup to a fort that crushed your mind.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's
this
the
girl
extent
had
of
the
my
same
life.
name as an anime character.
Did you guys know that Trudeau is actually Castro's son?
No, I didn't. But that's true.
I don't know.
But yeah, closing thoughts. Attack on Titan's fun. Can't wait for next year. It was. I think I preferred it to the last season. I suppose. Also, Levy had no part in this season whatsoever. No fights, nothing, which is a shame.
Yeah, Levi had nothing. Honestly, I really like season 2. Season 1 had a lot more impact on me because it was fresh and new.
Yeah.
It had a lot of time to sit. But I'm definitely thankful for it.
Yeah, more of the same. Season 3, please, because it'll hopefully answer a lot more questions and shiz. If you want to carry on, in fact, I've got the manga right here. After Season 2, I'm going to tell people. Let me just get it right now so we can give some useful information here. For reference, the first season covered the first 9 volumes of the manga. Season 2 covered 10, 11, and 12. Well, half of 9 and 10, 11, and 12. And if you want to read on from the end of Season 2, it is Chapter 51 and onwards, or Volume 13 and onwards. There we go.
Bam.
Interesting. Read
Bit
that
of a
shit.
drop-off there. Bit of a drop-off.
Yeah. But, there's about... So, I guess we could say they cover 4 volumes a year. They're not going to run out of material.
That's fantastic.
They'll get
That's
there.
really good. That's really, really good.
But that is about all I can be asked to say when it comes to Attack on Titan. Is there anything else you guys want to put in? Any parting shots? Or anything?
I'm eternally amused by this. Kanadayan. I can't pronounce it.
That's how Manimal's brain works, everyone.
No, because there's a picture.
He sees that's how he occupies himself. But it is Canada Day next. When next 1st of July?
On Saturday.
On Saturday. What are you planning for Canada Day?
Nothing. I'm probably not even gonna go outside because I really don't give a shit. I just say stuff like this to be amusing. Do you really think that I care that much? No. I just like to not be American. Really. You think I'm proud of my country? Not really.
I don't know.
I just
about
live.
Canada Day.
I just freaking live in it, dude. Like I like Tim's and stuff, but that's you just gotta grasp to these things so we can seem like we're better than America.
Well, I mean, look at it this way. If you weren't Canadian, you wouldn't have Tim's or ketchup chips or other weird shit.
Exactly. So I'm happy that I would not want to be born in any other country, but
That means that kind of means you're sort of proud to be where you are. If you didn't, if you'd rather not be anywhere else, then
it's so weird.
Look, a lot of patriotism is just being where you're from and not hating it.
I guess that's true, but a lot of it, I feel like obviously Canadians like to, even me included, like to little things like, oh yeah, what do you guys got? We got Tim's and syrup and Carly Rae Jepsen.
I'm just enjoying that Coryn's dispensing wisdom whilst also simultaneously trying to balance a giant jar of pretzels.
Jar of pretzels balanced on my head.
Yeah, well, you don't have to eat them all today. Yeah, he's pulling it off really well.
Mm-hmm.
That's a Zen master right there. Oh, no, it's good. That is huge. How much does that weigh?
1 pound, 12 ounces, 793.8 grams.
Okay, that makes more sense. Now it's in grams.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's a big jar. It was supposed to be $2, but it didn't ring up that way, so it was $4.
Oh, it went the other way.
But it's still a giant fucking thing of pretzels. And they're good pretzels, too. Oops, pretzels.
I bought something, the American candy, which I'm very disappointed of. It was Hostess's brownies. I think that's Hostess is the one that makes Twinkies, is it?
Oh no.
It was supposed to be a Milky Way brownie.
Yeah, no, you don't.
It was shit.
Look,
no.
You don't buy Hostess. It's Hostess, not Hostess.
Hostess.
Hostess is like someone who, like, she's hosting a party at her house, and she's a woman. She's a hostess.
Female host. A
hostess. Say it fast. Hostess.
Hosts. It's spelled the same, isn't it?
It's spelled the same, but it's pronounced differently.
This is bullshit. This is...
It's like in Kansas. It's like you've heard the legend of the city of El Dorado.
El Dorado.
Yeah, that's an Iron Maiden song.
Of El Dorado, but in Kansas we have a town called El Dorado, which is spelled the same, pronounced differently.
El Dorado.
El Dorado, Kansas.
El Dorado, Kansas.
That's actually where we shouldn't say that on the air because that's where MRHQ is. We don't want anyone to know.
It's an El Dorado. We're gonna have to move to Yellowknife.
Next week will be the road to El Dorito, so tune in for that, guys. It's going to be interesting.
And also listen to Barry Goldman's his latest album, his 8th album, Black Hair Like Blood. It's something.
8th album will be in double digits before episode 100.
Don't say that.
No doubt.
Don't say that.
That's 95 in the books. Any other parting shots?
I'd like to read a little passage once you guys are done, but I'm going to take a parting shot to the space between your eyebrows.
Okay. Next week we'll do something else, and maybe it'll be us again. Who knows?
And I'm just going to give you a word of advice. Like, only buy Hostess, like, Twinkies or donuts. I mean, like, all the normal brands are... Like, if you're going to buy Hostess, like, only buy, like, the normal stuff. Don't go anything, like, weird. You get yourself snowballs, your ding-dongs, your ho-hos.
Get your ding-dongs and your ho-hos.
Got some ho-hos and ding-dongs.
Don't get your sound
If
effect.
it's not in the normal lineup, don't bother with it.
Yeah, if it's not a sound effect, don't get it.
Yeah,
don't
basically.
get your bam-bams and your zip-zaps.
Your bum-bums.
Can't say I've ever had their fruit pies. The cupcakes are fine. They got the little squirrelies on them.
Oh, ding-dongs look cool. Chocolate
Oh, yeah,
cake with
ding-dongs
some
are...
shit in them.
They're just... Yeah, they're delicious, dude.
I want one.
You guys, and the donuts are good. They're just little donuts, you know, the little mini donuts.
Yeah.
They own the name Donuts.
I was thinking you were saying donut weird, and I was like, is it a brand?
Yeah.
So I had this donut the other day.
It's like, okay. Yeah. Ding dongs. I want that. Right, that's my mission. In honor of Independence Day next week, I'll make sure I get some ding dongs.
You do that. Ding ding.
And some American beer. Coryn, before we go, give me a list of American beers to get for July the 4th.
I mean, I don't know what you have.
Give us
exactly.
I'll take half a dozen and I'll try and get one or two and see what I can find.
Okay, Sam Adams, something, whatever.
Definitely get Samuel Adams.
You can get Sam Adams. You can get... Damn it, my screen just died and I can't look any up. Rolling Rock. If you can get anything by Fat Tire.
Think I've seen that somewhere.
I doubt Boulevard's out there, but I'll throw it on the list. Shipyard?
I've definitely seen Shipyard.
Is that 6?
Sure, I've seen Shipyard. Okay, I'll give that a go. That's
all
5.
of them on the same episode.
Is there a Canadian one? I know you're not really a drinker or anything, Manimal, but
Molson Canadian.
Molson? Okay, I'll give it a go.
That's all I know.
That's all right.
I guess I'll throw one more on there as a bonus. Colt 45.
Colt 45.
Oh,
you know
Lando.
That's my shit. You know that
Frickin'
I
Lando.
want to have that, but can't find it anywhere.
Really?
Yeah.
Let's see. I'm surprised I can find a gigantic can of Foster's over here. But can't get Colt 45? Endorsed by Billy D. Williams.
That's why I want it. Billy D. That's
the cool, refreshing taste of Colt 45.
I also love the bottle and, you know.
Yeah, when I played Edward 40 Hands, I had 2 of those duct taped in my hands.
That's what I want, 40 ounces. Never mind. Oh no, that's a throw pillow. I googled it. I was like, I can buy a bottle for £14, and then realised it's a pillow. It's a picture of a Colt 45.
By the way, I'm
pillow.
freaking pissed
I wouldn't
off.
pay
that
14 pounds for any Colt 45 in any amount, really.
I am pissed off that I can't order a Kermit the Frog puppet on Amazon.
Really?
I just want a Kermit the Frog, but I can't get one. There's ones, but they're $80 and they're not available from Amazon. Why can't I just get a standard Kermit puppet?
I feel like you probably can if you look for it.
Yeah, exactly. Frick.
Okay, I'm on Urban Drinks. Anyway, Manimal, you wanted to play us out, didn't you? Sorry.
Okay, so I got Bob Dylan's only book that he wrote in '66 called Tarantula. Got it on the Amazon, and it came in a Zoom. I'm gonna read us a little bit of a passage from. These are Bob's words that I'm gonna read us out on. This is on the cover of this book. They put winner of the Nobel Prize in Literature. So I'm gonna read some Nobel Prize winning words to you guys. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Why are you so frightened of being embarrassed? You spend a lot of time on the toilet, don't you? Why don't you admit it? Why are you so embarrassed to be frightened?
Thank you. Bye.